Hello and welcome back. My name is the Twin Leaf Matt and you are watching the Twin Leaf 2. I've been playing Pokemon all my life. I'm a certified Gen 1er and have decided to become a Poketuber with my best friend Twin Leaf Max because of that. Today we are going to be doing the second video in a series of videos called Which Eeveelution is Best? How we will determine this is by playing each Eeveelution in its original game that the Eeveelution premiered in. I will be judging the Eeveelutions on time to defeat its original game, my personal rating, as well as the level it finished the game at relative to the champion's highest level Pokemon and the other Eeveelutions. This is the second in the video series, and today the Eeveelution we will be exploring is the Gen 1 competitive darling, Jolteon. Jolteon is the electric Eeveelution using a Thunderstone to evolve from Eevee, and with its base stat of 130 speed and its 110 special, Jolteon was a Pokemon that you were likely to find on competitive Gen 1 teams. Jolteon out of the Gen 1 Eeveelutions is probably the most beloved, so I wanted to see if Jolteon would stack up against my favorite Pokemon, Vaporeon. I've already done the Vaporeon run, so this will be your spoiler alert for the first video in the series. If you'd like to check out that video, you can find a link to the Vaporeon run in the description. Just like Vaporeon, I will use no items in battle, and only catch and use other Pokemon that I need for field moves. Will Jolteon be able to beat Vaporeon's time? Let me know in the comments below how you think this run will go. Started out by reminding Professor Oak of my name Twin Matt along with the name of my rival Twin Max. I went to Professor Oak's lab where Jolteon was waiting for me in the Squirtle slot. I wanted the run to be as difficult as possible, so I put Jolteon in the slot that would make Max pick the Bulbasaur. I picked Squirtle because Jolteon has stab super effective moves against both Charizard and Blastoise when it is fully evolved, and though Venusaur in Gen 1 has no super effective moves, it does resist Jolteon's stab moves, so I thought this was the fairest play. I named Jolteon Jolt Cola, and was on to fight Max for the first time. Jolteon, like Vaporeon, starts out with the same three basic moves: Tackle, Sand Attack, and Quick Attack. Replacing Vaporeon's Water Gun is Jolteon's Thunder Shock. I defeated Max with a couple of quick attacks and went off into Kanto. I knew for Brock I would need to level up, so I fought all the bug trainers in Viridian Forest, made my way to Pewter City, and decided to take a stab at the junior trainer with Jolteon. Surprisingly, I was able to beat the junior trainer at level 10 with a mixture of quick attacks and sand attacks. After beating the junior trainer, I was confident enough in Jolteon with his moveset and the fact that Gen 1 Brock had no ground moves that I was going to try Brock at my current level. I went to heal, and then went to fight Brock. Brock sent out his level 12 Geodude and I went for 5 sand attacks. However, by the time I got his accuracy low enough, it was too late. I lost to the level 12 Geodude, and I didn't even get to see Onix yet. I decided to head back to Viridian City so I could try the optional rival battle against Max to get a bit more EXP. Jolteon quickly took out Max's Pidgey with a Thunder Shock, and took out Bulbasaur with a handful of quick attacks. I made my way back to Pewter, grinding along the way. Once I reached level 11, I decided to try Brock again. Let's see how it went. I knew this fight was going to be tedious. I was able to get off 4 sand attacks on the Geodude before it even tried to tackle. The first tackle missed, and I was able to get another 2 sand attacks. After the 6 sand attacks, it took 14 quick attacks and 10 tackles to take out the Geodude. Next up was Onix. I started out with a sand attack and he went for Bide, which was the best thing that could have happened for me. What I didn't want to see at 25 HP was a Screech or a Tackle. Him biting twice meant I got all of my sand attacks for free, and after 73 total turns, I beat Brock. After that, I made my way through Mount Moon, picked up the Dome Fossil, and made it to Misty. Misty was easily swept by Jolteon. I took her down in 4 turns and moved on to face Rival 2. Max started with a Pidgeotto who hit me with a Quick Attack, and then didn't quite go down to a Thunder Shock, so I finished it off with a Quick Attack. Then came out Abra, which took 2 Thunder Shocks to the Dome. Rattata came out, hit me with a Quick Attack, and then went down to a Thunder Shock. I then took out Bulbasaur with 3 Quick Attacks. I did the Nugget Bridge, Bill gave me the SS Ann ticket, and went to face Max for the 3rd time. Max started out with a Pidgeotto, who Jolt Cola, now 6 level hires, could OHKO with a Thunder Shock. 2 hit the Raticate, OHKO'd the Abra, and then OHKO'd Ivysaur with a crit Body Slam. Trying to make up lost time with Brock, I only fought 1 trainer in the Vermilion Gym, and that was an accident when I was doing the annoying puzzle TM. And then it was time for the Battle of the 90s Soda, Jolt Cola versus Surge. Surge wasn't difficult. Voltorb took 2 Body Slams, Pikachu took 1, and Raichu took 3. We now know, officially, Jolt Cola is the better 90s Soda compared to Surge. Surge gave me the Thunderbolt TM, which I quickly taught to Jolt Cola. It was time for Rock Tunnel, and I was scared. Not only from how spoopy it is because it's dark, but how spoopy one trainer is. In Rock Tunnels, there's a mandatory trainer that you have to fight. His team consists of 2 Geodudes and a Graveler, and they all know Self-Destruct. Self-Destruct is a scary move at any time, but when you're solo running with no items in battle and it's a mandatory fight, that all 3 Pokemon have the move at level 30, if you get hit with all 3, you lose. With a combo of Sand Attacks and Jolteon's sheer force of will, we were able to survive getting hit with 2 out of the 3 Self-Destructs. We got out of Rock Tunnel, tired and almost out of PP, but we made it to the Poké Center in Lavender Town, and it was time for Max 4. Max 4 was super easy. All his Pokemon were an OHKO of either Thunderbolt or Body Slam, except for Ivysaur, which took 2 Body Slams to take it out. After beating Max for the 4th time, we moved on to Erica. I 2-shotted Victory Bell because it tried to violate our personal space by using Wrap. Took 3 Body Slams to take out both Tangela and Vileplume, went and healed, and it was time for the Rocket Corner. I knew Giovanni was going to be annoying. When Giovanni isn't busy being the head of an international crime syndicate, he is the ground gym leader. So Jolteon's best move isn't going to be super useful. Here's how it went. I didn't remember to heal before Giovanni, and it took quite a few Body Slams to take out Onix. By the time that I got to Rhyhorn, I was out of damaging moves to kill it, so I lost and had to reset. So I went and healed, and was able to run through Giovanni's team the 2nd time with 8 Body Slams and a Thunderbolt. After the battle with Giovanni, I made my way to Lavender Town to save Mr. Fuji. Fuji gave me the Poké Flute, I went back to Celadon, woke the Snorlax, and made my way to Fuchsia City via Cycling Road, not stopping to fight any of the bikers. I went to fight Koga, who went quickly down to 5 Thunderbolts. I got Surf and Strength, and moved to Silphco to fight Max 5. Pidgeot and Gyarados went down to a Thunderbolt apiece. Alakazam got hit with a paralyzing Body Slam, it recovered, and I took it out the next turn. I then knocked out Venusaur with 2 Body Slams. After Max 5, I went to heal and on to Giovanni. This time the fight was easier since Jolteon had learned a fighting move and Double Kick. This helped me out with Rhyhorn and made the fight as easy as a normal Giovanni fight is. I went to Sabrina, who sent out Kadabra, who I hit hard with a Body Slam. It came back and hit me for a crit Psybeam. I finished it off with another Body Slam. Sabrina followed with Mr. Mime, the creepiest Pokemon. I hit it with a Body Slam, and it slammed me back with a Confusion. I was actually starting to get worried about Alakazam at the end. After the Mime, I took out Venomoth with a Thunderbolt. I tried to hit Alakazam with a Thunderbolt, and when I didn't kill him, I thought the fight was over. When the Psybeam hit, I was sure I was going to have to reset, but it didn't do as much as I thought, and I was able to take him out with a crit. On to Blaine's Button Mashing Simulator. I took out Blaine and his fire Pokemon with 6 Thunderbolts to earn the Volcano badge. Last, but certainly not the least I was worried about a gym leader was Giovanni. I was not looking forward to this Giovanni fight. Giovanni being the ground gym leader, I was worried now that his team was a bit more ground-oriented. However, my fears were ungrounded. In Gen 1, Giovanni's team have 2 ground moves, Dig and Fissure. Since Jolteon is one of the fastest Pokemon, I didn't have to worry about Fissure since you can't be killed by Fissure unless the Pokemon against you is slower. So Fissure on a Rhydon is basically useless. I just had to outspeed the Dugtrio and OHKO which I was able to do, and one-shot it with a crit Body Slam. I took out the rest of Giovanni's team, and I moved on to Max 6. Here's how it went. Max started out with a Pidgeot, which went down to a Thunderbolt. Rhyhorn came out and 3 hits from Double Kick took it down. Gyarados went down to a Thunderbolt. Alakazam took 2 Thunderbolts, and it was time for Venusaur. I hit Venusaur with 2 Body Slams, and it returned 2 Gen 1 Razor Leafs, which means both were critical hits. Jolteon managed to survive and fainted on the next turn with the 3rd Body Slam. I made my way through Victory Road. Elite 4 time. Lorelei was much easier than my run with Vaporeon. I have one of the best electric types in Gen 1 going against her team of Water-Ice Pokemon. I used Thunderbolt against Dugong, and it rested. When it was asleep, to conserve Thunderbolt PP, I double kicked it down until I beat it. Cloyster and Slowbro each were OHKO'd with Thunderbolt. Jinx took 2, and it paralyzed me in the meantime. Lapras came out, and in 2 Thunderbolts, I had beaten Lorelei. Bruno I thought would be tougher than other runs, but Onix doesn't know any ground moves, so I double kicked it down until it fainted. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee went down to a Thunderbolt apiece, double kick down the other Onix, and double Thunderbolt the Machamp to pick up the win. Agatha was going to be a toss-up. The first Gengar hit me hard with a Nightshade, but I took it down soon after that. Golbat was an OHKO, as was Haunter. Arbok was a 2-shot, and out came the second Gengar, which took 3 Thunderbolts. Next was Lance. I took down Gyarados with a Thunderbolt. Out comes Dragonair, and in this one, I forgot that dragons are strong against electric, so I tried a Body Slam. At this point, it had done enough damage to me, and I decided to boost. I started off with a few agilities, but by the time I boosted, it had hit me with a Hyper Beam, and I was left with 9 HP. The next Dragonair ended me with a Dragon Rage, so I had to reset. Thought I had just messed up that fight, and I could still win at the level, but I couldn't. I tried again and again and always lost to Lance, or Agatha, or even Bruno once. Except one time that I made it to the champion. Here's how that fight went. I knew that Pidgeot couldn't hurt me, so I decided to badge boost against it. I then finished it with a Thunderbolt. Alakazam hit hard with a Psychic, but went down to a few Body Slams. I got to the Rhydon with 23 HP. My luck was good though, and I double kicked it down because it has no ground moves. I took down Gyarados and Arcanine with 3 Thunderbolts between them. I then went on to Venusaur with only 23 HP left. With only 23 HP, a single Mega Drain took me out. Reset time. I decided even if I won at this level, it was way too RNG based, so I decided to level up. After using a few of my rare candies, I tried again at a higher level. This time I can consistently make it to the champion, but I wasn't beating him still. Here's an example of a fight with Max entering at level 60. Badge boost on the Pidgeotto, Thunderbolt or Body Slam the Alakazam, double kick the Rhydon, Thunderbolt the Gyarados, sometimes one-shot the Arcanine, and then black out. Again, even if I win on this, it takes too much luck, so I tried again leveling up with all my rare candies. Here's how it went now. I leveled up to 61, and now was able to OHKO all of Lorelei's Pokemon with Thunderbolt. Bruno was next, double kick the Onixes down, Thunderbolt the Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, and two-shot the Machamp, and on to Agatha. Next is Agatha, almost OHKO the Gengar, could have been a crit range, OHKO the Golbat, two-shot the Haunter, one-shot the Arbok, and two-shot the Gengar. And look, I still could have lost Agatha. At 63. Lance went like this. Thunderbolt the Gary, 2 hits on Dragonair, 1 and 2, Thunderbolt the Aerodactyl, boost against Dragonite, tank a Hyper Beam, and boost again. Hit him back with a Thunderbolt and get the... oh no. Okay, let's see one where I'm not being dumb. Thunderbolt the Gary, and then 2 hits on Dragonair, 1 and 2. Thunderbolt the Aerodactyl, boost against the Dragonite. It misses a Slam, hit it with a crit Thunderbolt, he heals, hit it again, tank a Slam, and finish it off with a final Thunderbolt. Jolt Cola against Max 7. Let's go. Boost twice against Pidgeot, and then Thunderbolt. 2-shot Alakazam with a Thunderbolt, double kick down the Rhydon, reboost against the Gyarados, and then OHKO it. 2-shot the Arcanine. And then Body Slam down the Venusaur, and I win. I think the champion battle is still RNG dependent, as is the Lance fight. This is definitely not as smooth as the Vaporeon run, but Jolt Cola did it. He had beat the Elite Four at 9 hours and change and level 65. Nowhere near as good as Vaporeon. Real time, it didn't take me much longer, maybe an hour and a half, but in Gen 1, we have more to go. I think Vaporeon is still going to take Gen 1, but you tell me. Let me know what you think will be the best Eeveelution in the comments below. Who's going to take it? Plan to make one video for each Eeveelution. If you like this, let me know by liking the video, sharing it, subscribing, and commenting below. I'm the Twin Leaf Matt, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to the Twin Leaf too. I'll see you next time.